Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is T. Today I'm going to be talking about my February TBR. And of course you already know it's Black History Month, period. So let's get into these books by these Black authors. I got my tablet here, so if you guys see me staring off, that's what I'm looking at. The first book that I'm going to be talking about is called All About Love by Bell Hooks. As Bell uses her incisive mind to explore the question, what is love? Her answer strikes at both the mind and the heart. Raising the cultural strikes the ideal love is infused with sex and desire. She provides a new path to love that is sacred, redemptive, and healing for individuals and for a nation. The writer declared Bell Hooks one of the 100 visionaries who can change your life. All About Love is a powerful, timely affirmation of just how profoundly her revelations could change hearts and minds for the better. I think it's going to have me questioning and thinking about a lot of things, definitely when it comes to love, and challenging myself to love in different ways. So I'm excited for that. The next book I am reading by Bell Hooks is Salvation, Black People, and Love. It says, written from both historical and cultural perspectives, Salvation takes an incisive look at the transformative power of love in the lives of Black Americans. Rather talking about the legacy of slavery, relationships, in marriage, and Black life, the prose and poetry of Martin Luther King Jr., James Baldwin, and Maya Angelou, the liberation movement of the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, or hip-hop and gangsta rap culture, Hooks let us know what love's got to do with it. Ooh, I love how she did. What's love got to do with it? I love that. All of that. Combining the passionate politics of W.E.B. Du Bois with fresh contemporary insights, Hooks brilliantly offers new visions that will heal our nation's wounds from a culture of lovelessness. Her writings on love and its impact on race, class, family history, and popular culture will help us heal and create beloved American communities. Okay, now this one I'm pretty excited for. This one sounds super interesting. I read a lot of nonfiction books, but like self-help books to like help me level up my mindset. And I do think that this is also that, but I think it also has a, it has that cultural thing in it. It has, it is critiquing of the culture by somebody within the culture. I take no critiques from nobody outside of my culture. If you're not American, Black American, I don't want you critiquing my culture. I don't care what you see in my culture, because I see everything in everybody else's culture, but I'm not critiquing them. Why are we always like not off limits with anything in this world? It's so annoying. I'm not going to get into that. I think I will get into more of that on my other channel. I think this is going to open up my mind to different things. Also, I'm thinking that it's going to rewire it with certain things too. Only if it makes sense. I'm okay with being persuaded. That's only if it makes sense, because I have common sense, and if something isn't making sense, I don't go towards it. Let's move on. let's move on. I don't know why I be going on these little rants. The next one is A Love Song by Ricky Wilde. Okay, it says, leap years are a strange, enchanting time, and for some, even a single February can be life-changing. Ricky Wilde has many talents, but being wild isn't one of them. As the impulsive artistic daughter of a powerful Atlantic dynasty, she's the opposite of her famous socialite sisters. Where their long stem roses, she's a dandelion, an adorable bloom that's actually a weed, born to float wherever the wind blows. In her bones, Ricky knows that somewhere a different, more exciting life awaits her. When Miss Dilla invites her to rent the bottom floor of her Harlem brownstone, Ricky jumps at the chance for a fresh beginning. She leaves behind the family wealth and chaotic romantic decisions to realize her dream of opening a flower shop. And just beneath the surface of her new neighborhood, the music, stories, dazzling drama of the Harlem Renaissance still simmers. One evening, February, the hitty, curiously off-season scent of night-blooming jasmine fills the air. Ricky encounters a handsome, deeply mysterious stranger who knocks her world off balance in the most unexpected way. Set against the backdrop of modern Harlem and Renaissance glamour, A Love Song for Ricky Wilde is a swoon-worthy love story of two passionate artists drawn to the magic romance, and opportunity of New York, and whose lives are uniquely and irreversibly linked. Okay, this is Harlem Renaissance. I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if I put up them vlogs or not, but I'm really into the Harlem Renaissance right now. This is one of the Black culture things I have not personally studied. Hell, I don't think I really known really much about the Harlem Renaissance because nobody ever, like, I don't know. So I'm excited to read this book and see what it's about. I already got this downloaded, so honestly I'm probably going to start this on New Year's. This is also by Tia Williams. I have a couple of her books on my TBRs. There was a lot going on with this book, and I love that because that's really what I look for in a book. I think the books today, like, it just really depends because I personally feel like a lot of them don't have depth. I hate to say that. But based off of the reviews, because I haven't read a lot of trendy books, but even the trendy books I read, a lot of them don't have a lot of depth to them, and I'm just not here for that. Like, come on, help my brain, like, feed my brain. A lot of people like, I want my brain to turn off when I'm reading. Okay, that's nice. Not me, babes, not me. I like to really enjoy my books. I really do. The next book that I'm reading is called Harlem Rhapsody by Victoria Murray. I'm excited because it's Harlem Renaissance, so let's just get into it. At least I think it is. 1919, a high school teacher from Washington, D.C. arrives in Harlem, excited to realize her lifelong dream. Jessie Ron, named the literary editor of The Crisis. The first Black woman to hold this position at a Negro magazine. Jessie is posted to achieve literary greatness, but she holds a secret that jeopardizes it all. W.E.B. Boyce, the founder of The Crisis, is not only Jessie's boss, he's her lover. What? He's her lover, and neither his wife nor their 14-year age difference can keep the two apart. Amidst rumors of this terrible affair, Jessie is determined to prove herself. She attacks the challenge of discovering young writers with favor. Finding 16-year-old County Collins, 17-year-old Lexton Hughes, and Nella Larson, who becomes one of her best friends. Under Jessie's leadership, The Crisis thrives. Every Black American writer in the country wants their work published there. When the first novels released to great acclaim, it's clear that Jessie is at the heart of Renaissance in Black music, theater, and the arts. She has shaped a generation of literary legends, but as she strives to preserve her legacy, she'll discover the high cost of her unparalleled success. I hate reading books about cheating. I absolutely despise it. It really irks my soul. So I may or may not get to this book. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. At first I was really excited for it, but because this is on a lot of people's recommendations, I can't handle cheaters. Books, real life, and like, I'm gonna do my best to give it a chance at the end of the month, at the end of February, but I just hate books like this. This seems like a child book, but I'm okay with that. It's called Meet Claudie by Britt Bennett. This book is Claudie Wills wants more than anything to be the person whose imagination can fly instead of a person whose feet are stuck on the ground. She's growing up in a neighborhood of Harlem in New York during the 1920s, surrounded by writers, poets, painters, and sculptors, actors, dancers, singers, and musicians. Everyone seems to have a talent except for her. When an eviction notice threatens her family, her friends, and the beloved home they share, Claudie has an idea that just may save the day. But first, she'll have to find the confidence to let her imagination soar. Meet Claudie includes 4 illustrations throughout the book, plus questions for each chapter. Also included is a looking back section that gives an 8-page overview of life in the 1920s. My goodness, I love that. I freaking love that. The next book is called Miss Outeridge Regrets by Louise Hare. And this is London 1936. Lena Outeridge wonders if life has passed her by. The dazzling theater career she hoped for hasn't worked out. Instead, she's stuck singing in a sticky floored basement club in Soho. And her merry lover has just left her, but Lena has always had a complicated life. Once shrouded in misery as a mixed race passing for white in a city unforgiving of her true racial heritage. She's feeling utterly hopeless until a stranger offers her the chance of a lifetime. A starring role in Broadway and a first-class ticket on the Queen Mary bound for New York. After a murderer at the club, the timing couldn't be better, and Lena jumps at the chance to escape England, but death follows her on board when an obscenely wealthy family draws her into their fold, just as one among them is killed in a chillingly familiar way. As Lena navigates the increasingly bizarre family dynamic, she realizes that her greatest performance won't be for her audience, but for her life. With seductive glamour, simmering family drama, and dazzling twists, Louise Hare makes her begilding US debut. Okay. The next book is called We Are All So Good at Smiling by Amber McBride. Whimsy is back in the hospital for treatment of clinical depression. When she meets a boy named Fairy, she recognizes they both have magic in their bones. When Fari and his family move to the same street, the two start to realize that their lifeline have twined and untwined many times before. They are both terrified of the forest at the end of the Marsh Creek Lake. The forest whispers to Whimsy the forest might hold the answers to the part of Fari he feels is missing. They discover the forest holds monsters, fairy tales, and pain that they have both been running away from for 11 years. I think this is going to be a good book. Is this a fantasy? I don't know, but I'm excited to read this one. I think this one is going to be good, and it's talking about clinical depression, which is also really good, especially within the Black community, because we're finally moving away from feeling ashamed of having mental illnesses, which I love. So putting it in a book and, you know, expressing that within a character, I'm going to love that so much. And then, yeah, this is definitely a fantasy. Fairy tales, monsters. Yeah, that's a fantasy. So I'm excited for this. I have not read any fantasies yet, like at all. And that is all the books that I will be reading in February for, of course, Black History Month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I gave some good recommendations. I don't really know yet. I will let you guys know at the end of the month during the monthly wrap up. You already know the drill. If you guys enjoyed this video, do what you gotta do. Bye.